Excuse me, you? Yes, you. You're blocking my signal.
Okay, TikTok, stitch this and tell me what is the most horrifyingly offensive representation of a fat character in entertainment and media that you have ever seen.
Hey, take the cup.
The way that a cow does.
But I can't have a blueberry as a daughter. How is she supposed to compete?
POV. POV, you're going on vacation next week, but you can't stand to look at your body. You have to wear a bathing suit on the beach in front of people. And I have to wear revealing clothes because it'll be really hot. And I hate my body so much.
You're fat, and it's your fault. Look, you know it, I know it, the whole internet knows it. Because obviously we have 100% control over our body shape. Okay, that was sarcasm in case if you didn't catch that, just like how you didn't catch the feelings I left at your front door. Rude. But on the other hand, I don't think the claim is 100% false either. People on the internet are getting more and more hypersensitive toward body shapes and weight.
Darren Aronofsky is responding to criticism surrounding the whale's representation of bigger-bodied people and the use of a fat suit for star Brendan Fraser.
Calling someone fat is more cancelable than calling someone, I don't know, a fugly potato. Sorry, potatoes, didn't mean to offend, but you see what I mean? Everything is taken as offensive today, where body positivity is not just a movement by choice, but feels almost as a mandate that if you don't love the love handles on yourself or someone else, you're a hater. So today I want to discuss both perspectives on this positivity. Did we go too far with positivity that it is now just delusional? Where does the line blur between self-improvement and self-acceptance? And why are we still scared to be fat?
The body positivity movement kept me fucking fat.
The hate towards healthy.
A girl eats in a day. I started the day off with something kind of boring. It's just these mozzarella balls. And you know what's really good? You don't even have to have milk because they already have like water in them. I had cheese and parmesan sandwich. It was so good. Kind of went a bit overboard with the parmesan. A little bit of cheese never hurt nobody. I was still really hungry after lunch, so I had some of this cheese.
Not sure when it started. Eating clean no longer means taking care of yourself. It means restrictive eating, which could lead to eating disorders and should be condemned. Associating a lean body with a clean diet is no longer aspirational, but a flex of good genes, being privileged to have access to good quality nutrition and resources such as a nice gym to work out at. All of which is true. But if being less than privileged is just an excuse to not take care of yourself, in my personal view, that's just abdicating self-accountability. Sure, some will always be born with a faster metabolism, straighter teeth, leaner build, shinier hair.
What's your name?
Fat Amy.
You call yourself Fat Amy?
Yeah, so twig bitches like you don't do it behind my back.
But the age-long nature versus nurture debate is skewing more toward less effort in popular culture today, and letting both nature and our original socioeconomic background take the whole blame. When body positivity movement first came about as the fat rights movement in 1969, it did focus on the unfair and biased treatment of plus-size people. As the movement progressed, it asserted that everyone deserves to have a positive body image regardless of societal and pop culture's view on ideal shape, size, and appearance, and rightfully so. I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with the messaging. However, the extent to which everything nowadays is being labeled as body positive is making me question, is body positivity becoming a universal excuse? The self-improvement versus self-acceptance dilemma definitely has its own inner contradictions. To some, going on a diet, getting fitter or slimmer is simply an act of insecurity. Only people lacking self-love would seek external validations through shallow means of improving their appearances.
What we eat in a day after losing 154 pounds.
To others, using or maybe abusing body positivity as a shield to all things requiring effort is simply being lazy.
Hi guys, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. Remember, I'm fat and I don't eat healthy.
By accepting the current state of yourself, you're allowing yourself to stay stuck in stagnation. And with time moving along, if you're not progressing, you might be regressing. Is there a perfect world where self-love and self-improvement could coexist? Let's first explore through the lens of the problematic restrictive eating. You don't love yourself if you are restricting. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, ARFID, is a new diagnosis in the DSM-5, previously referred to as selective eating disorder. ARFID is similar to anorexia in that both disorders involve limitations to the amount and/or types of food consumed, but unlike anorexia, ARFID does not involve any distress about body shape or size or fears of fatness. Just as dangerous as any other types of eating disorders, this should be taken very seriously as it could lead to significant health damages. However, the term has been a little bit overused in the reverse diet culture today, where drinking a green smoothie is now overly restrictive. Saying no to a chocolate shake is overly restrictive. Counting proteins intake for muscle gaining is overly restrictive. Restriction sometimes does make sense for health purposes, and it doesn't always mean eating disorder. Self-control is not evil, it's just insanely hard to balance. Being 0% restrictive and eating ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a terrible life choice. It certainly isn't restrictive, but it does not appear to be healthy self-love to me. No pun intended. While it might be something that nourishes the emotional self, the physical self, aka your actual body, will suffer the consequences. Not just gaining weight, for that's a surface level byproduct, but also damaging your blood sugar level, insulin sensitivity, metabolism, and all. On the other hand, being 100% restrictive isn't an act of self-love either. If you only eat salad and chicken breast for all meals and never allow yourself to even taste a piece of chocolate, unless if you hate chocolate, that's a pretty sad life. Only a lucky few can have their emotional and physical self 100% aligned when it comes to food choices, where what they want to eat is what their body wants to eat. Thus, sometimes we show some love to our emotional self by eating a treat we enjoy. Other times, we become a bit more restrictive and intentional about taking better care of our physical self. The balance is different for everyone and fluctuates as our bodies change, which is why I don't really understand why people think what I eat in a day videos by their favorite influencers should be the holy bible of how they should eat. In the meantime, the internet has become so sensitive, sniffing out an overly healthy meal as restrictive. Therefore, a lot of the healthy gurus are left with no choice but to intentionally eat junk food to avoid being attacked. Since when did eating what we truly want become a reason for us to cancel each other? Let that be broccoli or McDonald's. The over-scrutiny of food almost sucks out the joy of eating and sharing, while on the other hand, a lack of scrutiny could also lead to problematic trends like Watertok, a clock, a rise. Obviously, there are two sides to the story. It is extremely harmful to let ED promoting trends float around the internet, such as the super aesthetic yet calorically deficient what I eat in a day videos and trending water talks. If your reaction was, water talk? What are those? That was exactly my reaction 5 seconds ago. Yes, kids, apparently water could also be a trend on TikTok. Just like how anyone with half a brain cell or lack thereof can become viral on the platform nowadays. Under the Watertok hashtag, which has over 277 million views on the app, users post videos of themselves mixing their water of the day.
You know, drinking a gallon of water a day, that can really be boring. So when I saw these on TikTok, I was like, I have to have them.
A multi-step process that entails filling 40-ounce jugs with water and ice, then pouring in packets of powder that squirts out syrup to create flavors like birthday cake, strawberry shortcake, tropical paradise. Tanya Spanglow, who goes by Taking My Life Back at 42 on TikTok, championed this niche. Through posting her water recipes on TikTok, she's gained more than 800,000 followers, and she, of course, has an affiliate partnership with Skinny Mixes, from which she says she gains 10% of sales commission with her videos. If you ask me, Skinny Mixes absolutely does not sound like a brand trying to sell me some magical slimming water. Preposterous. Quote, I used to weigh over 420 pounds, she explains. I used to drink about 5 Cokes a day, 5 regular Cokes. So now instead of drinking Cokes, I drink these flavored waters. And these flavored waters are basically no different from syrup water.
This is how Watertok made me fat. Now you might be saying like, what? Water? It's 0 calorie, it's 0 free.
The selling point is they have very low or 0 calories.
The punchline is, when you're not used to consuming artificial sweeteners like this, your body will blow up like a puffer fish.
As Dr. Uma Naidu responded, just because it's 0 calories does not make it a healthy food. In fact, how is it even food? Imagine at your annual family Thanksgiving dinner, after all the unnecessary but highly socially appropriate greetings and surface level life updates, the host, aka you, pull out the grand dish of the night. 100 ounces of mermaid flavored water with a hint of holiday cheers and a pH of exactly 5.5.
What an interesting artifact.
Good luck with still having a family after. With this whole forced positivity where it feels inappropriate to call people fat or want to go on a diet, trends such as Watertok emerged to make food fun. With the hashtag actually related to weight loss, it seems like on the surface, society has reached a consensus that claiming anyone as fat or wanting to lose fat is no longer socially appropriate. But the need to avoid looking plus size simply did not go away, for they just become repackaged into all types of weird health hacks. To drink more water and make hydration more fun, certainly not to replace eating actual food, when in reality they are masking the fear of eating real food and going the radical route to weight loss.
One of you sent me the most disturbing what I eat in a day, and you will find there is almost no food in this what I eat in a day. What about real solid food? And Kelly says, almonds or granola. Juicing is what gives her energy. Can I please get a nutritionist's ruling on this?
The fundamental question is, why are we still scared to be fat? Growing up, we not only learn from and set our role models after our parents, but immerse in the fantasy world of film, TV, and cartoons, and identify with the characters we like most and extract our goal self from them. But from Disney to Marvel to Transformers to Barbies to Bratz, ever notice how none of the main characters or protagonists are obese? Sure, as visual creatures with a wired brain to keep our genetic legacy going, we as humans will never get over visual cues to seek healthy traits as attractive. And obesity, although not always, indeed leads to increased chances of chronic diseases. However, with almost no representation of plus-size role models as children, and worse, sometimes even negative associations between sizes and lack of virtue, as some villains like in The Little Mermaid are portrayed as so, we have been accustomed to associating positive traits such as kindness, diligence, intelligence with limited types of physical attributes, ones that are often lean, or as some people may argue, underweight. The way that pretty privilege is not exactly diverse correlates with how the character portrayals in media are not exactly diverse either. Even though we certainly are in the 2020s, and plus-size models, celebrities, influencers are already part of the norm, these kinds of influences tend to come later in a person's interactions with media. And perhaps some of the ingrained values we had as children could never fully be removed.
In 1998, millions of Americans became obese and overweight overnight. Yeah, and the National Institutes for Health changed the BMI classifications based on research funded by weight loss drug companies.
The feedback loop of not just your prejudice, but a whole collective prejudice against a certain trait seems to be a never-ending cycle.
It was the hottest I've ever been.
How does that feel?
Oh, I mean, amazing.
Looks like it's in the right
Where even if you feel great about not being conventionally skinny like the Barbies, the Bratz, the Disney princesses, the interactions and reactions feeding back externally from others will eventually influence your self-perception. So even though I do love the concept of body neutrality, which emphasizes what your body can do instead of solely on the appearance. I unfortunately don't think it's 100% achievable in today's society. We as humans are processing the world 90% visually. To say that we do not give a single crap about how our body looks sounds amazing on paper, but in practice is asking us to shut down 90% of our brain's processing. Not saying it's impossible, but it would be delusional to say that it can be done with ease on a daily basis. I do like the foundation of the theory though, with the idea that you can exist without having to think too much about your body one way or another, positive or negative, that it's alright to feel good about it one day and not too good another, that you can accept your body as it is even when you don't exactly love it. The last part I would say is still quite a challenge for bodies of all sizes from my personal experience. No matter how much weight I lost or gained in the past, there were always moments I felt conscious about my body where I found it difficult to accept or love my body. And all the pressure to accept my body as is, even based on functionality, just made me feel way worse about the whole situation. Where not only did I not feel so great about my body, I always felt that I was not entitled to have these emotions. All in all, I do not have a solution to the age-long struggle of body image, skinny or fat. But do I think we are overly sensitive about this topic? Yes, because all it's really doing is brushing the fear and judgment beneath scammy labels like flavored unicorn water. Denial only makes the emotion stronger. And although I do not think that upholding any negative sentiments toward any body type is the rightful solution, reconciling with our negative emotions is the first step to self-awareness. Because forcing yourself to stay positive towards yourself and others is at best delusional. But recognizing your own blind spots and restrictive judgment to build more empathy towards yourself and others is a small but mighty first step.